Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome again to Snacks Thoughts. I say again, welcome to Snacks Thoughts. And what is my thought for tonight? Well, I've been listening to different types of content that pertains to, I guess, dating for young guys, and in particular, it has pertained to the African American community, but it has also pertained to other groups of men as well. And there's terms, that have been called what they call some lames or incels, involuntarily celibate. And so what you have, and this right here is for young men, regardless of race, or ethnicity, because they seem to be some are having some problems, I guess, in the dating market, maybe attracting the type of females that they desire. And listening and what I've seen, which is obviously in social media, is a lot of dating coaches taking advantage of these guys and trying to sell them certain types of products, teaching them, I guess, supposedly game, so they can maybe know how to talk and how to get the women that they desire. Now, along with that, these young men are being expected to meet unrealistic standards in order to attract or attain these so said females. And I don't know, I guess you guys know, and ladies, if you're listening, know about the rating scale, whatever, 8, 9s, 10s, whatever, 6s, 5s, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, according to the standards of beauty, women, are considered to be, I guess, top of the line for the 8, 9s, and 10s. Now, granted, I do understand, that, young men, are young, their hormones, and, they want, and all men, want, I guess you can say maybe beautiful women, but I think as we become, some of us, as we become older and mature, we begin to see beyond just the beauty. I'm not saying that young men don't, but I think beauty matters more when, guys are really young, and hey, understandable. And beauty is still in the eye of the beholder, but I don't want to get too complex, but the name of this episode would be, fellas, go where you're celebrated and stop letting women drive you crazy. You really have to step back and think about it. If you have to jump through hoops and you have to be a superhero just to obtain a date with another human being, or just to, whatever, having, intimate relations, or to have them as a girlfriend. I mean, honestly, you have to really step back and think, is it really worth it? And if I could give young men some advice, because, I've been where you guys have been before. I'm 55. So I've been there before. And, I have a son, that's in his 30s. So, I know what time it is. But what I would say is, as my father told me, he told me these 3 things. Number 1, don't let any woman, I don't care how good she looks or whatever she is, don't let any woman make you lose your sanity behind her. Number 2, don't let any female get all your money. And number 3, don't let any woman, regardless of how good or how fine or how beautiful she is, allow you to in order to obtain her, go robbing, stealing, or killing to get her. And don't do it. because in the end, it's not worth it, you know. And this is not a knock on ladies, and it's not a knock on women that are born with natural beauty. It's not a knock, not at all. But there needs to be some truth and reality spoken to this situation. Most of these dating coaches are just trying to make money off of you young guys, and they're selling you something that really is unrealistic. I mean, in all reality, you know, granted, it's good to go to the gym, you know, and work out, and definitely, you know, be about your purpose and get your money right. That is undoubtedly, you know what I'm saying, men must do that, you know. If, you know, you want to have a nice whip, and I'm not a nice car, I'm not here to tell any man, you know, what to do with their dating life or, you know, their intimacy, sex life. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to do is make some sense here and bring something that's realistic to this. You know, if you you cannot change who you are. Number one, I don't care how fit you get. You know, I don't care what type of car you drive. I don't care what type of clothes you wear. You know, no matter what it is, at the core, you will always be you. And if you have to change who you are in order to get a date or obtain said woman, then maybe you don't need that woman. You know, now, I'm gonna share something. You know, maybe you fellas need to expand your dating options. You know, there are beautiful women in every ethnicity, every race, and every culture. So if you're not finding if you want, say, a particular look, or say whatever, maybe an 8, 9, 10, or an adjustable 7, you know, whatever. But if you want an 8 or 9 or 10, you know, maybe you might want to look, you know, at other groups and whatever your taste, whether she's a 6 or whatever. You know, everybody's different. But you cannot and you should not change who you are. If you are a nerd or, say, a geek, you know, you can put on, you know, the best laced fashion. You can drive a BMW or whatever type of car that you can afford. But at your core, it is never going to change who you are. And you should not have to change who you are to suit some female that doesn't like you for who you are. You shouldn't have to spend all your money chasing behind females that don't respect you, and they don't even like you. You know, and there is truth to that. That there are guys that have to pay very little or don't pay anything, and they wind up getting the girl because that is who the woman chose, and that is the truth. You know, the woman knows, you know, if she desires you, and she knows what space you will fill in her life. And there ain't enough game in the world, you know, to try to change that woman's mind on whom she chooses and whom she is attracted to. So, and there is somebody for everybody, for whatever it is that you're looking for. There is somebody for everybody. And if you look for it, eventually you will find it. But maybe some of you guys need to expand your dating pool, you know. If, say, what I'm hearing, especially with the African American community, okay, or whatever, if you're white, whatever, you know, and America has a variety of women from different backgrounds. And let's say if you're flavored, whatever, if you're white, black, whatever. And let's say if you like, say you want African American women, or say black women. Okay. If you cannot attract, you know, African American women here, expand your dating options. You know, either you may want to consider, you know, dating, you know what I'm saying, from another pool of women. Or if black women is your thing, whether you're white, black, Spanish, you know, Jewish, whatever, you know, then maybe you may want to consider dating overseas. I mean, you have a lot of black women that, are overseas. There's a saying that there's always more than one way to skin a cat. If you like, white or European women, if you guys figuring that, well, I'm not attracting maybe white women here. Well, you have a bunch, of women overseas that are in in European countries that are white, if that is your taste. And I am a former military man, and I spent like 14 and a half years overseas, so I know what I'm talking about. Now in my particular case, I've never had any problem attracting women in any place I've been, whether that's here in the United States or if it's been overseas. But like anybody else, everybody gets rejected. I don't care who you are. Men get rejected, women get rejected. We all get rejected. So I was told, do not wear your heart on your sleeve. So if you're going to, as men, if you're going to go into the dating market, and you're going to compete, if so to speak, or you're going shooting for women, all you can do is shoot your shot. At the end of the day, she either likes you for who you are or she doesn't. If not, don't beat yourself up, and, you can, shoot your shot and make your appeal, but there's a limit to everything. If she's not feeling you, move on. Because God made, there are tons, of women on this planet. And that 8 is not the only 8 that God ever made. And second, don't put women on a pedestal and make them out to be more than what they're not. They're not goddesses. They're just normal, everyday human beings like yourself. And you'd be surprised, that a lot of times many of some of the best looking women, may have low self-esteem. I kid you not, but it's not to shoot for someone that's got low self-esteem. But if you're looking for your particular type, trust me, you can find it. Now, what I would say, definitely, you young fellas, definitely get your paper right and make sure you have a purpose. Don't go into the dating game broke. Because as men, generally speaking, we're going to have to spend more money for our social, pleasure. My father told me that women are a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So like any other luxury, you have to know how much you have in your bank account and how much you can afford to spend on dates. You have to be realistic about it. And you must know where you're at. Second, you have to know whether or not, what class level are you in? Are you trying to date outside your class? Now, there are some guys that can pull women from every class level, My dad always told me that some men have better luck with women, and I'm not saying that it's all luck. Confidence definitely does play a role. You shoot your shot. If she doesn't like you, hey, move on to the next one. Don't waste your time trying to spend all your money and breaking your neck trying to obtain a female that doesn't want you, because at the end of the day, it comes down to choice. You have a choice. She has a choice. And there's nothing wrong with women making their choices. But at the end of the day, they have to live with the consequences of the choices that they make. And so don't allow women to use you, because if they know they have a bunch of guys on a string, don't you be one of those guys on a string. If she's not feeling you, let her go. Trust me, she's doing you a favor, because even if you do get her, if she really did not want you and you just something, that she just, well, all right, you just say maybe another option, but you really wasn't what she really desired, she's not going to treat you right. So don't waste your time, going after trying to obtain a young lady that does not want you, or she's trying to use you, and wind up abusing you because she doesn't value you. And so you young guys need to, if you're in the dating market, hey, find someone that values you for you, or that's like-minded. And trust me, you know, you can find, this woman. So don't let these dating gurus, most of them, most are just trying to hustle you. Don't let them hustle you out of unbelievable. I mean, it's simple, and you have to learn how to, interact, with women. But a course should not cost you $5,000 to learn, how to date women. It doesn't take all of that. Find maybe certain venues, certain things that you're interested in, and try to hook up with, like-minded women of the opposite sex. But yeah, if you have to jump through hoops and try to be something you're not in order to get a female or get that person, then maybe you don't need them, in your life, because at the end of the day, it won't be worth it. But what I would say to young men, expand your dating options, but don't let women be the center of your focus in life. The Bible says, young men, it tells young men, give not away thy strength, to women in thy youth, to foolish women, So, granted, I know you guys are young, and you definitely, love women. I get it. I understand, but expand your dating pool. And that includes to international, and maybe consider dating, outside your race, maybe trying something different. If you're not having success, maybe with one group, try another. And at the end of the day, it's not about race or skin color or ethnicity. It's about personality, the person, So consider that, and stop letting these dating gurus and letting people drive you crazy, telling you what you're not. Your value is not found in a woman. You have to believe in yourself. Your value is found in you. And what God says you are. You are not what people say you are. Stop letting them shame you and play you for a fool and try to downgrade your self-esteem. Believe in yourself, guys. And, hey, if she don't like you, don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Keep it pushing and moving, but get your paper right. Go to the gym, get yourselves in shape. Make sure you're properly groomed, and definitely, if you put, better clothes on, that does make you more appealing to the opposite sex. So definitely do that. Don't buy a car that you can't afford. It makes no sense to buy a car to impress the ladies, but you're eating ramen noodles or you're hungry. And with these gas prices, why buy a vehicle that you can't afford? And trust me, I've never bought in a vehicle that I could not afford, and haven't really had fancy vehicles. And I have attracted women of various ranges. So trust me, stop letting these people fool you, and do not let these women drive you crazy. If, you shoot your shot, if it don't work with one, move on to the next one and stop putting these females on a pedestal. All right, guys, that's all I have on this one. And again, go where you're celebrated. Find, the one. You can find women that like you for who you are, but make sure, you take those proper steps and then shoot your shot. Eventually, you'll find somebody, that you're attracted to and they're attracted to you. That's all I have on this one, guys. And the name of this podcast is Snacks Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS. And you can find this podcast on Anchor, Acast, Spotify, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Radio PBM, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and a host of other social media platforms. And also, I have a YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube. That's EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. And lastly, I'm teaching courses on Skillshare, on how to succeed in the military, and cultural diversity, leadership, and a host of other topics. So I'll leave the link in the description. So please join the classes at Skillshare, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and join Snacks Thoughts. But again, guys, go where you're celebrated, and stop letting women and people drive you crazy. All right, guys, Peace out. Catch you on the next one. Later.